never know when true love is going to strike. It could be when you're 38 and going to the local pub to blow off steam, like it was for me. As some of you may know, Lily and I can say that we met in a bar. And it's not something that most dual MIT PhD couples can claim. And it was not just any bar, but it was the Muddy Charles Pub. And for those of you joining us for brunch tomorrow, you'll get to experience this place for yourself. It's a very special place. And it was not only at the Muddy Charles Pub, but it was at the table of Joost Bonson. And as some of you may know, he is one of the behind-the-scenes catalysts for the MIT startup scene.
When we met at the Muddy that day, Tom showed me his poster on game theory, and my heart started beating faster. I thought, this is an interesting guy. And when I looked into his kids, I felt this immediate, powerful, and deep connection. And so afterwards, I went around with this feeling of anticipation, hoping that he might contact me. And he did. But when he emailed me, I wasn't quite sure if he was asking me out on a date or for an academic discussion.
One and the same.
So we did meet up at the Andala Coffee House in Cambridge, and I was very relieved when it became clear that it was a date after all. And so we started learning about each other. And the most amazing and surprising thing was I discovered that we're actually both from Iowa. I mean, what are the chances? And as we learned more about each other, we found more similarities in our backgrounds. We both went to the same state math counts competition when we were kids, 1 year apart. We went to the same high school summer math program at Ohio State 1 year apart. We had the same counselor there even, and we had some of the same friends in common. From Iowa, Taya Gelhaus, who is here with us today. And in Boston, it turned out we actually had the same life coach, Samantha Sutton, who is also here with us today. And I could go on and on. We realized there were so many of these similarities, but it was funny that, you know, despite growing up a 2.5-hour drive away from each other, it took over 2 decades at a place over 1,000 miles away for us to actually meet.
There was only several months after I had met Lily that I realized I had heard of her before. Actually 3 years before, in 2009, when I was preparing to come back to Boston to start my PhD, I got a Facebook message from a friend of mine, Taya Gelhaus, saying, "Oh, that's wonderful that you're going back to Boston. By the way, I have a friend, and she's doing work in biomedical engineering in Boston. You should keep an eye out for her. Maybe you will bump into her." And it turned out that I didn't think too much of it. I thought it was a nice message, but didn't commit it to memory. But 3 years later, indeed, I did bump into Lily, and I'm just so happy that happened. So there was a lot which was coincidental about our meeting, but there was a fair bit which was also not coincidental. And we both fiercely pursued our values, and we went to the places where people were doing the type of work that we were interested in, and the type of people that we were interested in meeting, and we met. And we didn't use the virtual filters of Match.com or eHarmony, but we used the in real life filters, which are even more important, of Joost Bonson and Taya Gelhaus.